The president of Iraq's Kurdish region, Masoud Barzani, is claiming victory after yesterday's non-binding vote to split from Iraq. He called on Baghdad and neighboring countries to respect the will of the 91% of voters, or 3 million people, who voted yes on Monday. Sitting down with his military officers, Iraqi Prime Minister al-Abadi said the referendum is unconstitutional. Turkey and Russia also oppose the idea, the U.S. State Department says. While our relationship with the people of Iraqi Kurdistan hasn't changed, we believe this vote will increase stability. Joining us now is Mother Olga of the Sacred Heart, from the Mother Servant of the Daughters of Mary of Nazareth in the Archdiocese of Boston. So lovely to talk to you again, Mother.
Thank you, Lauren. It's a blessing to see you all again.
What is your thought about the Kurdistan referendum?
You know, I've been praying a lot the last few weeks about this situation and praying for peace, because that's the last thing this country really needs. The people have suffered so much, and all the people who have been displaced from all the Christian villages now up in the north, you know, they thought that would be kind of a safe haven for them. And unfortunately, and if these days of election, you know, will be challenging, and then will be a civil war in the country, you know, it will be devastating for a lot of people, but particularly for Christians.
You know, your personal experience, you grew up in Iraq, you witnessed 4 wars. What inspired you to help children there?
Because I saw that in my own life. I was only 13 when the first war started between Iraq and Iran. And very often when I speak to school children here, I tell them as a child and a teenager, I never was able to dream about what I would do with my life, where I will go, because it's hard to imagine like 8 years of my life and people of my generation. Just one war took 8 years of my, you know, childhood and early teenage years. And then after that war stopped just for a year and a half, then that was the war between Iraq and Kuwait, and then the first Desert War, and then 10 years embargo, and then 2003 war. I just felt like as children particularly, they suffered the most from losing loved ones, losing friends. When my school was bombed, I lost so many friends and teachers.
I can't imagine that. You know, I have small children, and I can't imagine that happening to them. Now, after ministering here in America, you decided to become an American citizen. Now that you are an American, what are you doing for those Christian communities in Iraq?
You know, I'm trying to educate people about the nature of Middle East, and I know it's very complicated, but, you know, as a person who grew up there and grew up in a country with many, many ethnic groups and different religions, you know, I try to be that voice for the people of Middle East in general, but particularly people of Iraq, and more so the children. You know, I remember as a teenager going to the church every day. I used to sing in the choir, and then at age 16, I even, you know, helped, unfortunately, wash body of the, you know, dead soldiers and people who died during war. So, you know, no teenager will be able really to see those images and still, thanks be to God, be where I am today. So I really try to be a voice of education here on behalf of Christians of Middle East.
Thank you so much, Mother Olga, for joining us. God bless you. Thank you for all of your good work.
Please keep praying.
Mother Olga will speak in October in Washington, D.C. In Defense of Christians is hosting a summit, and to learn more, you can visit indefenseofchristians.org.